Everyone's in a hurry today, okay? Everyone drives fast.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3.
There's definitely a noticeable increase in uniformed police officers patrolling Hamilton Place.
An increased police presence because of an increase in crime activity. Only on 3, how officers plan to keep shoppers safe. And
Everyone's in a hurry today, okay? Everyone drives faster than they used to.
And that's part of the reason legislation is in place to make buses safer. How lawmakers are doing it. Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6 in HD.
a new bill would require all school buses to have seat belts. The legislation comes just 2 months after the deadly Woodmore bus crash. I'm Cindy Sexton.
And I'm David Carroll. If the bill passes, all buses in Tennessee would be required to have seat belts by 2023, about 6 years away. It was introduced by State Representative Joanne Favors this morning, and it's just one of the many pushes to make buses safer. Governor Bill Haslam supports legislation that could change the age requirement for bus drivers. Channel 3's Tim Pham tells us what this could impact as far as the hiring process for bus companies.
State lawmakers have different approaches to address safety on school buses, but agree change should happen during this legislative session. While Chattanooga continues to mourn the loss of 6 young children killed in the Woodmore bus crash, lawmakers in Nashville are proposing new bills to prevent this kind of accident from happening again.
It depends on the individual, who they are, are they accustomed to driving anything larger than a car?
Those are some questions bus drivers like Jerry Green has about the proposal. Jonathan Walker, the driver charged in the Woodmore crash, was 24 at the time of the accident and 23 when he was hired by Durham School Services. Some drivers we spoke to say experience is more important than age.
And the more students you load on a bus, the heavier the vehicle is, and there's a lot of difference in driving a large vehicle than there is a car.
The American Psychological Association says at 25 years old, you are still what they call an emerging adult. It's something many car rental businesses and insurance companies consider.
The first piece is surely maturity. The second piece is beyond the National Transportation Highway Safety Administration data. We know it's just experience.
Green believes younger drivers are at risk of being distracted more so than in the past.
Everyone's in a hurry today, okay? Everyone drives faster than they used to. It's more traffic, and you've got to constantly have your attention span on driving the bus.
The new bill also calls for more training before drivers can take the wheel with students on board. Opponents say adding seatbelts could be very expensive for bus owners and operators and say there is no need for them because of the way buses are built. We'll be sure to update you on both of these bills. Reporting in the studio, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Now, Durham School Services responded to the push to make school buses safer. They said, and I quote, "We share the common goal of making student transportation as safe as it can be, and we are reviewing the legislation."
Durham School Services will be hiring, training, and paying 30 monitors to stay on buses during routes. The business has already hired 10 employees, 5 of whom are already on the job. The other 5 are in training and undergoing background checks. Durham and the Hamilton County Department of Education say they are working together to figure out which of the routes will get the monitors. We'll keep you updated on the seatbelt issue on school buses and bus monitors on our website, WRCBTV.com.
Police say a man died when his car slid off an I-24 on-ramp and then crashed into a tree. Chattanooga police say it happened around 12:30 this morning. They say 24-year-old Michael Heiter lost control in a curve on the Market Street on-ramp and hit a tree on the driver's side. 3 other passengers were in the car. 2 of them were hurt. There's no word on the extent of their injuries, and this crash investigation continues. A kitchen fire at an apartment complex sent a 72-year-old man to the hospital. Chattanooga firefighters say the man was frying fish when his wife saw a blaze shoot from their stove at Whiteside Faith Manor apartment. Firefighters say the pan was on fire, and within seconds, smoke filled the apartment on the 5th floor. About 24 residents had to leave for about 20 minutes. The 72-year-old man was taken to the hospital. Others were treated for smoke inhalation, but were not transported to the hospital. Investigators say the fire appeared to be accidental in nature.
A reward of $7,500 is being offered for information leading to the arrest of the person or people who set a Bradley County church on fire. This is from surveillance video. It shows a person inside the church just before it burned. It happened at Christians Outreach on Rabbit Valley Road around 2:30 Sunday morning. Deputies say witnesses saw a person running toward the woods. If you have any information that could lead to an arrest, call ATF Fire. Hamilton Place Mall has been the scene of major crimes this past holiday season, and Channel 3 is investigating what's being done to keep shoppers safe.
3 high-profile mall incidents have occurred in the last 2 months. Police responded to a shooting in the parking lot on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, a firework incident the day after Christmas, and a credit card theft in which the suspect was carrying a gun inside the mall in early January.
Reporter Kelly McCarthy has been working on a months-long investigation. There you see her live from Hamilton Place with the latest details you'll find only on 3. Kelly.
We've been digging through 911 calls to see how often and why police are being called to Hamilton Place and Northgate Mall. Shoplifting, theft, and fender benders in the parking lot are the most common causes. But over this holiday season, we saw more serious calls, and we wanted to know what's being done to make your shopping experience safe.
Hi, we're at the Hamilton Place Mall. Gunshots have been fired.
It's a moment of panic inside one of Chattanooga's malls.
There's a shooting at Hamilton Place Mall.
Reports of shots fired.
Go run. I want to get out of here. Please, miss.
Okay.
Everyone's running.
These are the 911 calls from the day after Christmas, one of the busiest shopping days of the year. But what was thought to be a shooting turned out to be something else.
Wait, miss. Someone just said they set off a firecracker. Oh, it was a firecracker.
A false alarm that resulted in the arrest of 4 people and launched a Channel 3 investigation into how many times police are called to Hamilton Place. Call logs show police responded more than 300 times this past holiday season, an average of 5 times a day. Nearly half of all those calls were for shoplifting, theft, and minor crashes in the parking lot. Police responded 86 times to shoplifting and theft reports, 70 times for car crashes and traffic stops, and 17 times for fights and assaults inside the mall. While many of these were minor offenses, the property owners say they're now taking a closer look at security.
Their fear is completely understandable and it's justified. But like I said, we don't take those concerns lightly, and we're doing everything we can to address them.
More security officers are now on staff, but a spokesperson would not tell us how many.
We can't disclose the number of security guards or off-duty officers.
Starting Friday, anyone under the age of 18 has to be with a parent or guardian after 4 p.m. Hamilton Place says there are even more security changes in the works, but those are kept secret.
And the reason that we don't discuss them publicly is because kind of pulling the curtain back would compromise our efforts.
Police have been open about their strategy.
Again, Hamilton Place, that area itself is just so huge. It can be challenging at times.
Channel 3 was there when officers went through an active shooter training at the mall. Police are now working on how to respond faster especially when shoppers are in a panic.
The last incident there when they had the firecrackers going off, again, those things you cannot plan for. So do we enter in the same way everybody is running out, or is there another way where an officer could have said, hey, come in door 6. Coming in door 6 will get me where I need to be the quickest.
Police say the firecracker incident and a previous parking lot shooting both involved gang members. Police say they can't limit who shops here, but they will be watching.
For them, money is money. You know, it doesn't matter who's spending the money, but if you're going to come and spend the money, we want you to abide by the rules to where everyone can feel more safe.
We also looked into the calls at Northgate Mall, and there police have responded about once a day, and shoplifting and theft are also those most common calls. Now, CBL owns both properties. They say the changes to its youth escort program are only happening here at Hamilton Place. They haven't had the need to make those changes over at Northgate. I'm Kelly McCarthy, live in Chattanooga, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Kelly. A man with a lengthy criminal history and most recently wanted for beating a woman has been captured. James Works was arrested on East Avenue in Chattanooga today. East Ridge police say that Works beat his ex-girlfriend and threatened to kill her with a hammer. Police say the woman showed up at a hospital with a broken nose, broken chin, bruises and cuts. Works faces several charges, including aggravated assault.
The Small Business Administration is offering disaster assistance to residents affected by the tornadoes last November. Residents can now apply for low-interest disaster loans if they lived in McMinn and Polk counties during the November 29th and 30th tornadoes. Representatives will be available at the Disaster Loan Outreach Center to help residents complete their applications. Businesses can borrow up to $2 million to repair or replace disaster-damaged properties. You can learn more about the program on our website, WRCBTV.com.
And coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, the race for the Chattanooga mayor's seat is heating up.
We talked to the candidates about two major issues in the scenic city: crime and parking.
If you assault a woman or you assault someone with a weapon, you're going to jail.
Hear from the other three on the issues right after the break.
Showers are just to the west of the Tennessee Valley or Chattanooga right now, heading off towards the east, so rain spreading into the metro area within the next half hour. We've got all the details on my 7-day forecast.
If you live in Chattanooga and you want to register to vote in the mayoral election in March, you have 3 more days to register. Just 3 more days.
Yeah. The big election will decide who will sit in the mayor's seat. 4 men are up for the job: current Mayor Andy Burke, Chris Long, Larry Groen, and David Crockett. Channel 3's Nick Austin talked with each man about 2 major topics in the scenic city: crime and parking. Nick?
Well, while Mayor Burke wants to stay on course with his violence reduction initiative, which started back in 2013, the challengers believe it's the wrong approach to reducing violent crime. Most of the candidates also think it's worth spending $250,000 to study the parking situation and problems in downtown Chattanooga. Mayoral candidate David Crockett doesn't believe current Mayor Andy Burke's violence reduction initiative is working, calling it a social experiment. Crockett says he has a 3-point plan for reducing violent crime. First, be tougher on those who do commit violent acts. Second, change the culture. And third is to overhaul oppressed parts of the city.
We have the largest community renaissance program ever proposed in the city of Chattanooga, a $1 billion program that will very holistically renew every single neighborhood and make them clean, green, safe, affordable, and prosperous.
Mayor Burke says the VRI has been working, citing recent reductions in property crime and overall violent crime.
We've added more officers than ever before in our history. We are investing in technology, public safety cameras, and a new real-time intelligence center.
Burke, like his challengers, agrees the main issue is putting as many people to work as possible.
The core issue of the violence is lack of affordable housing, hopelessness in some of the areas of our city, lack of opportunity, lack of job training.
That's the reason why I'm a proponent of trade schools. We need to get out here and get these people something tangible they can hold in their hand and give them a good cost of living wage.
Now, when it comes to the $250,000 parking study recently announced, most of the candidates do think it's worth the money. And they have varying solutions, such as park and rides outside the city and underground parking downtown to save some space. Live in the studio, Nick Austin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Nick. 6 of the 9 city council members will also be decided in the election. 3 are running unchallenged: Ken Smith, Carol Burrs, and Darren Ledford. The day to vote is March 7th. If you forgot your polling location, we have all that information posted on our website, WRCBTV.com.
And yes, we really did just get finished with a big election. But
Yeah.
Here's another one. Well, coming up next at 6, what your weekend forecast will look like.
And a chance for rain next week. Meteorologist Paul Barris has your 7-day forecast right after this. Before we head over to Paul Barris, we want to say happy birthday, 100th birthday to Coy Gill.
Oh, what a guy. I had lunch with Coy today there at the bridge at Ottawa. Cindy, he's a former crane operator at Combustion. He's got 2 kids, 4 grandkids, 4 great-grandchildren. His 3 sisters were there with him today. They are in their 80s and 90s and just doing great. So that is one great family.
Somebody got that wrong. There's no way he's 100.
I know.
Yeah.
You never know. The guy on the left looks older than he does. No. Well, happy birthday, Coy Gill, and we're proud of you. Here's Paul.
That's right. That's great news. He looks really good. Okay, we're looking at the GPS cam out to the west. The showers are approaching. You can almost see them down there, but on the radar you can see them moving right over Marion County, just about to enter Hamilton County. Now this is not heavy rain. This is pretty much light rain right now. Pull back out to the west. The showers end around Muscle Shoals, so they'll continue pushing off towards the east, a little bit off towards the north of east. So we'll see these showers spread in. We'll probably see 1/10 of an inch of rain out of this. Outside chance of maybe 0.15 to 2/10 of an inch, but that's about it. There's not that much out there. After that, it should be over with pretty much the way things are looking right now. Currently, it's 51 in the city, Cleveland and Dalton, 46 Fort Payne. Winds out of the north-northeast at 8, bringing down that cooler air. 49 Athens, 48 out near Murphy. 53 the high, 45 the overnight low. Actually, that's a little above normal still with the trace amount of rain so far, but we'll get more rain. 59 Lafayette to 55 in Dalton, 53 in Trenton, Chatsworth, 57. Calhoun was 54. So far, Dunlap's had about 1/10 of an inch of rain. So has Riceville with 52 in Cleveland, East Ridge, Ottawa 51, 55 in Red Bank, 52 up in Red Bank, and that's actually 52 out near, or 55 out near Ringgold. That is 1/10 of an inch in Cagle Mountain and Colmont. Pikeville, Dayton 1/10 of an inch, Athens 1/10 of an inch, 55 in Murphy, and Jasper at about 52. Latest Vipercast shows those showers pretty much out of here by tomorrow morning. Still, lots of clouds to begin with. Then we'll see some breaks in the clouds into the afternoon. So a general clearing and then completely clearing off for tomorrow night with cool temperatures down into the 20s. 7 o'clock Saturday morning, sunshine. Most of Saturday is going to be sunny. There'll be clouds out to the west, and those clouds will start to push our way into Sunday morning, and maybe a few sprinkles too in the morning hours. Real small chance though. And then we're going to watch a big area of rain out to the west, gradually push our way into Monday, probably Tuesday, and also into Wednesday. The pinpoint forecast tomorrow, Ducktown 48, we'll start off with clouds, and then we'll see a little bit of clearing. Spring City, your clearing will start earlier, and it'll be about 49. So for tonight, 37 with showers likely. Tomorrow, high temperatures will be climbing pretty much into near 50 or so, partly cloudy skies and northerly winds. Tomorrow night, low temperatures will be dropping down into the 20s, around 27 with clearing skies. And on the 7-day forecast, there we go, 7-day forecast at Saturday, 54. Some showers coming up on Sunday in the morning, but they'll be out of here quick. Better chance for rain into Monday, Tuesday. They'll be ending on Wednesday. And on Tuesday, you may even have a thunderstorm as we get to about 68 degrees.
All right, Paul Barris, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, Cindy, we get one more chance to see Paul Shaheen before he takes off to Houston.
Find out if his bags are packed, are they?
Not yet, no.
Oh.
That's why I want to leave right now.
Okay.
You better hurry.
But no, instead we'll hang around, talk a little Super Bowl preview. We've got Falcons, we've got a Globetrotter from Atlanta doing the Dirty Bird, making a shot from the rafters at the Georgia Dome. All that stuff plus a little more. It's going to be good next in sports.
I'm watching. That'll be good.
I'll stay.
Aside from next question, one of Bill Belichick's favorite quotes is, "Do your job." It's worked well for them. But the Patriots aren't the only ones playing that game. When's the last time you saw Atlanta wideout Julio Jones do anything other than his job? Julio takes it a bit further, saying it's his quarterback, MVP candidate Matt Ryan, being the best example.
He's a guy that is never really in the spotlight. You know, as a quarterback, you usually see, quarterbacks, they talk about quarterbacks a lot, and Matt's not one of those guys that, you hear a lot from. He's just a hard-working guy, and his consistency over the years he's been in the league, he's been great with me. The last 6 years I've been here with him, he's been phenomenal.
What a combo those two have been, especially this season. Jones, regarded by many as one of the, if not the best, wideouts in the league, and Ryan could be closing in on his first MVP award. That Most Valuable Player award is announced Saturday night, also known as Super Bowl Eve. And yes, we will be there on Saturday for that. Actually, we'll be in Houston starting tomorrow with the Falcons in the afternoon. Me and Jill Chelnick have been working on local angles to lead you up to kickoff. Tomorrow we'll be live in Houston talking with local fans and a former Chattanooga Mock who, get this, went head-to-head with Julio Jones on multiple occasions. More Super Bowl chatter. Remember those Globetrotters that were recently in Chattanooga? Well, one of them happens to be an Atlanta native, and he's pumped. It's Moose Weeks, everybody, and check this out. Moose was shooting a hype video for the Atlanta Falcons in the Georgia Dome, decided to take a shot from the rafters. It's Moose Weeks. Of course he made the shot. That's remarkable. The best part, though, after the shot is, you know it, the Dirty Bird to celebrate. Let him finish it. Moose Weeks, everybody. Atlanta native, go Dirty Birds. On the hardwood now, combined, the UTC men and women have lost a staggering 3 straight. You have to dig some time back to find the last time that's happened. Either way, they could both right the ship today at home. It's a doubleheader at McKenzie Arena. Lady Mocs in progress right now with Mercer. All Chattanooga, they lead 42-22 at the half. Highlights at 11. Following that game, the Chattanooga men will tip off with UNCG. Give or take, 7:30 tip-off. The Mocs have lost 2 straight games. At home to VMI, on the road at ETSU. Their only other SoCon loss came to, you guessed it, tonight's opponent, UNCG, earlier this season. So redemption on the line inside the Roundhouse. Now, if that's not enough, the Mocs released their complete football schedule today. As we already knew, Jacksonville State, they open up with Jacksonville State in Montgomery, August 26th. Lady Vols host LSU tonight as well.
All right, a lot going on. Paul Sheen, thank you very much.
Paul Barris, what about tonight?
Okay, we'll look at the radar, and it's got some showers spreading our way. Very light showers, but they're moving in from northeast Alabama, Marion County, right into Hamilton County, North Georgia. You're going to see that rain coming up very, very soon, and then spreading into Bradley and then into the Blue Ridge Mountains later on. So for your evening out, those showers move in, temperatures in the 40s and 37 to 41 when you wake up with cloudy skies.
Paul, thanks. Thanks for joining us. See you at 11.